Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm here, I'm here. Here we go. We're live, we're live, we're live. Come on, people. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. Rip. Guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes, metalheads, and everybody else. Welcome to my live stream. I'm Nudger. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. I thought I'd go early. I was going to go at 9 p.m. But I thought, nah, why? You know, like, I wanted to get it done out of the way. And so, yeah, I thought I'd go early. Why not? We'll see how it goes. We'll see if we can get anybody in. And we'll go from there. Okay. Today's topics. What am I going to be talking about? I am going to be talking about my channel. I'm going to be talking about NIGHTWISH. I'm going to talk about editing problems that I've had. So if anyone's interested, jump in. I mean, Storm Edna is hitting the northeast where I am at the moment. It's hitting the northeast of England quite badly. So why not? Why not jump into a live stream? And who's better to jump into than me? Now we'll just see how it goes. We'll take it nice and easy, and we'll go from there. So to start with, what is it I want to do? I want to thank everyone for, let me just get this up. Right, at the moment this is where my channel sits, 580 subs. Okay, but only a week ago, was it a week ago? No, I'd say, what is today, the 3rd, so 13 days. So I've gained 100 subs in 13 days. So for those of you that have subbed, thank you so much. It means everything. I am so glad you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out. And I want to continue to do that. And with any luck, I would like to get this number a little bit higher. So let's see how we do with this live stream, shall we? So first of all, let's talk NIGHTWISH. And what I've pulled up here is to do when TARJA was sacked. And the reason why I'm pulling this up is because I will want to do the Poet and the Pendulum. And some people always say before you do that, read up on the letter. So what I did do was read up on the letter. This is something different. Dramatic dismissal blamed on Tarja Turan's greed and diva-like behaviour. I mean, at the end of the day, let's think about this, right? When Tarja was with NIGHTWISH, she was only in her early 20s. So her acting a bit of a diva, I think, as a lead singer, because she's beautiful, she's got a gorgeous voice, it goes, I think that was just to be expected, to be honest with you. And I know I'm going to get a few of the NIGHTWISH army that are against me on that one. But I think that's just how it goes. I think a lot of bands have their lead singers that do go into a bit of a diva-ship, shall we say. And yeah, it's to be expected. It really is. Let's just go into mute. Hang on. Right, let's go live. I'm in the wrong blade. Am I in a... Right, bear with me one moment, please. I am 2 seconds. There we go. So I'm not interested in... There we go. I'm just putting up live chat so I can see whenever any of yous come in and want to have a little chitty chat. Don't be scared to say hello, you know. I'm here to have a chat with you all and to see how it goes. And yeah, we'll do this for about an hour and see if we can get quite a few of you people involved in the chat. Don't mind me, I'm just going to have a quick swig of coffee. Okay, wet the whistle as the saying goes. So what I'm going to do is read this out to you. And here we go. Nightwish sack female vocalist after lengthy world tour. Dramatic dismissal blamed on TARJA Turinen's greed and diva-like behaviour. Right? So let me just turn that down a bit. Right. Finnish power metal act Nightwish. They're symphonic metal, I'd say, more than power metal. Would you agree? I'd definitely say they're symphonic metal because that's what they go under. Anyway, their female vocalist TARJA Turunen. The singer's dismissal came hard on the heels of the final homecoming concert of the successful band's recent Once tour, which played to a packed house of 11,000 people at Hartwell Arena in Helsinki on Friday. Okay, the group, which emerged in the mid-1990s from the small eastern town of Kitty, has become one of the biggest export items in Finnish popular music scene. Friday's concert brought to a close a tour lasting around 18 months and involving 150 gigs on several continents. I mean, that's absolutely insane, isn't it? 150 gigs on several continents. I mean, that just absolutely. Yep, Anders Magnusson. Welcome, Anders Magnusson. I am so glad you're here, mate. So we can read through this together. Anything you disagree with, whack in the chat. We'll have and we'll discuss it. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. Next paragraph. By all accounts, the decision to cut Turunen loose has been brewing for some time, but when it came to the dismissal, was brutal and very public. A blunt, open letter on the band's website, which is also given to TARJA after the Hartwell Arena show, included the following. Are you ready for this? Here we go. Dear TARJA, it's time to choose whether the story of Nightwish ends here or whether it will still continue an undetermined period of time. We have been working with this creation for 9 years and we are not ready to give up yet. Well, of course not. Of course they're not ready to give up yet. Nightwish is a way of life, something to live for, and we are certain we cannot let it go. Righto? Equally certain is the fact that we cannot go on with you and Marcelo, who is TARJA's husband, any longer. During the last year, something sad happened, which I have been going over my head every single morning and night. Your attitude and behaviour do not go with Nightwish anymore. Well, okay, fair enough. These are characteristics I would never have believed to see in my old dear friend. People who don't talk with each other for a year do not belong in the same band. Oh man, I didn't realise they didn't talk. That sucks. I would have thought the whole purpose of people being in a band, like, you've got to talk, haven't you? You know, you've got to become like family, for want for a better word, because you're together for so long, you know, and you learn about everything about everybody. Anyway, let's continue. Sorry. To you, unfortunately, I'm on here right now. Business, money, and things that have got nothing to do with these emotions have become much more important. You feel that you have sacrificed yourself and your musical career for Nightwish. rather than thinking what it has given to you. This attitude was clearly shown to me in the two things you said to me in an airplane to Toronto. I don't need Nightwish anymore, and remember, Tumas, like I could leave this band at any time, giving you only 1 day's warning in advance. That's not really fair, is it? If you're on your way to a tour and all of a sudden the lead singer's like, right, I'm not doing it. That's not only letting the band members down, that's letting down your fan base who have paid out probably good money to see you. So yeah, that's not good practice, I don't think, at all. Well, hang on. I can't simply write any more songs for you to sing. You have said yourself that you are merely a guest musician in Nightwish. Now that the visit ends and we will continue Nightwish with a new female vocalist, we are sure this is an equally big relief to you as it is for us. We've all been feeling bad long enough. Well, if all the band felt the same, I mean, what else can you do? It happens. People get voted out of bands all the time, don't they? Right, on this one now. This letter was signed by the band's keyboard player, Tuomas Holopainen. I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry. Tuomas Holopainen. I can't roll my tongue to pronounce the name correctly, I'm sorry. We'll say it Tuomas anyway. Who has been responsible for the lion's share of the compositions and lyrics in the band's songs, but he states that the decision was taken by the 4 male members of Nightwish unanimously. So they all took a vote to get rid of her. Okay, fair enough. References in the letter to a diva-like behaviour and to... what's that? And to greed. References in the letter to a diva-like behaviour and greed, I'm guessing, opportunism and broken promises suggest that this is more than merely a case of the traditional musical differences. There have also been suggestions that Tuolinen's husband and manager has played a role in the proceedings. Tuomas compared the situation with that afflicting the Beatles in the 1960s. Yeah, because they all voted out John Lennon, didn't they, once Yoko Ono got involved. So as the figure of Yoko Ono allegedly began to drive a wedge between her husband John Lennon and the other members of the band. Yeah, exactly, that's what I just said. TARJA Turunen herself issued a statement to the evening YLE News, stating her shock at what had happened. She felt the way of bringing the subject out in the open was cruel and sad, as a letter noted. The group intends to go on with a new female singer, whether the search for a replacement for the soaring vocals of TARJA has already begun, or whether a new vocalist might have already been found but not revealed. I think at that time they hadn't found anyone, did they? Because Annette was the following singer, and I don't think they had her lined up at that time. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, guys, let me know in the comments, okay? Because you guys are far more of an authority on all this than me. I'm just reading what's in front of me. So, right. I would rather not comment on that. The sentence is there, and that is Nightwish has always had a female vocalist. We shall not be going on as a 4-piece band. Tuomas commented to Helsingin Solna on Sunday. Tula Solomon of Spine Farm, Nightwish's recording label, stated that the company had smelt something like this coming for some time. She said that the record company trusted the decision was carefully considered one. Everyone understands that the band would not have chosen such a radical course of actions unless they had been forced to. So TARJA might have been quite bad. We don't know. Nightwish came into being in 1996, and the band have sold around 2 million copies of their records worldwide. Their album was once the biggest selling album in Finland in 2004. TARJA has of late been concentrating on her solo career, which she will be appearing in recitals of Christmas songs and carols in December, and next year we're recording a CD of similar songs. In addition, she is engaged to sing at the Slovenia Opera Festival next summer. TARJA studied classical singing at the Syllabus Academy in Helsinki and subsequently at the Karlsruhe Academy of Music. Holopainen stated that TARJA's solo projects were not an issue from the group's perspective. Okay, so they was okay with her doing the single stuff, which okay, yeah, fine. They was okay with it, but I think all they wanted in the long run was just be with us. Don't be such a pain, basically. It remains to be seen how the events of the weekend will play out for the future success of the classically influenced goth band. Really, goth band? Whose popularity has been growing, particularly in Central Europe. Well, yeah, they just exploded, didn't they? It remains to be seen how events of... Oh, I've just read that, sorry. Nightwish's album once reached #1 in the Greek, German, Norwegian and Hungarian charts. I did not know that. I was completely unaware of that. In addition to here in Finland, and the CD sold platinum in Germany, as Thomas freely admits. Turunen was the image of Nightwish, front and centre, but Holopainen can take the credit for much of the songwriting. Well, yeah, he's a genius. The pairing of an operatically trained and attractive charismatic frontwoman and some melodic songs in the symphonic power metal or opera metal genre was clearly a symbolic and fruitful one, at least until last Friday when the wheels fell off with a vengeance. In an iconic twist, the sold-out Hartwell Arena concert on Friday was recorded for CD DVD release under the title End of an Era. Wow. So, yeah, a lot went on, and it seems that the band just had enough of it. I mean, can you blame them? Yeah, no, I also saw, because I've read a couple of other things apart from this, a couple of other reports on how TARJA would cancel gigs last minute, saying she's not going to do them, which led the other band members to being like, well, what are we going to do? You know, like, she don't want to go on, she's being a diva, so what are we going to do? I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, you're correct, Anders, mate. Yeah, he is like Metal Mozart. So, the reason why I'm reading this out, anyway, is because one of the next Nightwish songs I'm going to be doing is The Poet and the Pendulum, and everyone recommends you've got to read the notes. So, that's what I've just done. So, here we go. Now, let's flip the coin a little here. This is TARJA's letter. Okay, let's have a read of this. Are you ready? Band members never took me seriously. TARJA writes. Right, sacked Nightwish vocalist TARJA Turunen has published an open letter to her fans on her personal website. Right. This is a moment of grief and pain, she writes. Turunen describes a situation where the letter of dismissal was handed to her. Tears of joy after a successful Hartwell Arena gig turned into tears of sorrow. I sense great anger in the letter, she writes. She disapproves of the private matters that have been made public and that the way her husband has been involved in this. According to Turunen, other members of the band never accepted her Argentine husband and manager. She wonders what might have prompted it. Well, I think they made it clear in the letter what prompted it. You know, her being a diva, not wanting to show up for rehearsals, not wanting to perform, wanting to concentrate more on a solo career than rehearse with the band. I think it all adds up. So the fact that he was born in South America is the fact that I chose marriage and did not go on as the band's own girl. The fact that I was the only woman in the band and was never taken seriously by the other members. My husband was the only one to help me get my voice heard. All right, yeah, he might have said, look, lads, have a listen to her. You know, she's got to have an opinion. She's the lead singer. The singer, who is currently in Argentina, announced she would hold a press conference once she returns to Finland. This doesn't mean you should expect this conference to be an instrument to attack anybody. It won't. Tarja Turunen's letter can be read on her personal website. So, and I believe this is the letter. Should I read it all? I'm not sure. What do you reckon? Should I read it? Give me a thumbs up if you think I should. I think that's fair, don't you? But one of the questions I've got for you guys is this, because after I go live, right, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be recording, as I've said before, my reaction to The Poet and the Pendulum. But here's the question I want to ask you guys. What one? Should I do with Annette or with Flor? Annette, Flor. Annette, Flor. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what one you think I should do. All right. So anyway, going back to the letter. And what we'll do is right, I'm going to read Tarja's reply. Okay. It says, since last Sunday morning, I have been asked to express my position by magazines, newspapers, radio and TV stations, fan clubs and fans from Finland and all over the world. So many in total, it's physically impossible for me to find the time to reply to them all individually. Hence, I decided to put down a couple of words in this text to my fans, my family, my friends and the public know how I feel after the recent events. Here we go. This is a moment of grief and pain, and I find it very hard to speak. At the moment, I am in Argentina. I hope you can understand that after this shocking life change, comparable to a divorce, I don't want to stay alone at home in Finland. My husband has booked his tickets to Argentina many months ago, and I decided to travel with him at the last minute. But the fact that I am in Argentina and the long distance should of course not be an excuse not to comment on the situation. Last Friday, the 22nd of October, was a day the whole band had been waiting for a long time. Practice started early in the morning. I was very sick and nervous because of the fact that I was not even able to sing during the rehearsals. Also nervous because concert programme was going to be longer than usual for Nightwish concert. All right. Furthermore, we were going to have a special guest to perform with us. So that means more wardrobe changes for myself than usual. And for the first time, big screens and a bigger production on stage. Right, okay. Not to forget, the concert was going to be recorded and filmed. The five of us had finally made it to play a Hartwell Arena. Okay, right, let me just read the chat quickly. Sorry, dude. The floor version. I love Annette. but she struggles a bit live, and Floor's version is epic, righto. And that is better to react to with her studio material, right? Okay, people will truly let you know that they will not like Annette live. Really? Okay, dude. I'm not aware of that. I just thought it was like the Floor Summonette. Sorry, Talia Summonette Floor. I thought that's how the fan base was split. I think's the better word. You know? Good. Drink it, Glenn. Don't wear it. Where are we? Okay, let's carry on. I digress. Are you ready? Even though every one of us knew in advance that the concert was sold out, finally on stage, we saw that screaming, applauding, and standing people took to every seat. The feeling was unbelievable. I will never forget how amazing it was to experience the Finish's audience gorgeous reception. When the concert was over, I cried happiness on stage, happy tears, because I was able to do my best as always, even though I was sick. Happy tears because our long tour got the greatest possible ending, and happy tears because of the best recognition an artist can get, applause and smiling faces. Well, you've only got to see the opening of Phantom of the Opera, haven't you? And you see them girls literally, they're crying before she even starts. So I can imagine if she's looking out at the audience and she's seeing that, that really must get her in the feels, you know. So, and she's still got to concentrate. Right, at that moment, I didn't know I was going to cry again soon. After the concert, the guys of the band invited me backstage to join them and asked me to all hug together. This felt strange. It was as it was the same kind of hug we traditionally came together before every concert. So they do like a good luck hug before the concert starts. That tradition remained between us, even though the tension and increasing pressure already existed such a long period of time. Right? The immediate feeling in me was to thank them, which I did loudly, but without any reply. After this, they gave me a letter and asked me to read it the following day. The same letter is now public. I read it and I was shocked. I didn't know what to say, and still at the moment that I am writing these lines, I don't. Ah, bless her. I sense a great anger in that letter that I continue to have very confused feelings about it, but I don't want to reply to this in anger with even greater anger. Private matters should never be taken public. Well, that's fair enough. I know this moment we are going through is very sad for everybody, including the guys. While there have been so many different possibilities and ways to express what they wanted to tell me with this letter, I remain unable to understand the way they chose to handle this. I am sorry that the guys got me so wrong. I didn't recognise myself at all from the way they described me. They mentioned mean things about me, but the fact that they involved Marcelo, my husband, crossed the line. He is the man I love, my friend, and has been my biggest supporter over the years. We have been bandmates for 9 years, experienced good times and not so good ones. I thought I knew him, but I was wrong. Still, everything that has happened is not enough to make them evil in my eyes. Now comes a time to calm down and reflect all upon this. I need to put my feelings together and promise to come back to the public soon. I will announce a press conference where I will be talking about my future plans. This does not mean you should expect this conference to be an instrument to attack anybody. It won't. The wonderful music we created together won't be touched by recent events. Thanks a lot To all the people who are supporting me during these sad times, my family, friends, colleagues, and the great number of fans, I love you, and I really feel I have not failed you. TARJA. I think that's actually very well written. Yeah, no, that is very well written. That's for a reply to a letter that she got handed. Yeah, I think that's because she isn't calling anybody out. She isn't being mean to anyone. I mean, what else could she do? You know, at the end of the day. What's this? They are split like us. They are. Oh, sorry. They are split. But some of us, like me, enjoy all three singers. And there are not good many quality versions with Annette. Slow Love Slow and Scare Tale with Annette are good live. Oh, right. Okay, dude. Cheers. Scare Love Scare. Okay. I'll remember them. I'll remember them, don't worry. So that's the letters done. Well, I mean, there was a lot in there, wasn't there? So yeah, a lot obviously was involved. Band members obviously had their reasons. You know. Could you imagine if they didn't have sacked her? Like if they hadn't have fired her? Do you think Floor would have still been there, or do you think? Let's just say they didn't get Annette. Right, TARJA stayed up until when was it? Floor joined. Was it 2012? I think it was, wasn't it? I think she joined them about 2012, and in 2013 is the first Vacan open air with Floor, wasn't it? So I don't know. I honestly don't know. Would they have carried on? Who knows? Who knows? Alright guys, let's just have a quick peek. Doing. Still at 580. Come on. I know you're sub dude who's watching. But anyone else? Come on dude, I want to get this to 600. And I think that's only fair. So you think the Floor version, yeah? Okie dokie. See, if it was possible to do it without YouTube basically stopping the live stream, I'd do it now. But I can't see them because I remember I tried looking at it, and every time that I do, look, let me show you something, right? Let me just go back. Come on. Right, let's go into my content. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but all along here, so you got Nightwish, Nightwish, Riverdance, Nightwish, me chatting, my ugly mug, Nightwish, Nightwish, right? These are my Nightwish reactions. And next to all of them is copyright. Now, they're not copyright strikes, but what they are is when I upload them, it comes up that the artist lets people use them on YouTube, but if my channel was monetized, I wouldn't be earning any ad revenue. So you don't get no money when you do that. So that's why it comes up copyright. So if it does that, what's it going to do on a live stream? You know, I'm not sure. Big cup of coffee. That's what's needed. But as you can see, some of the videos are doing quite well, to be honest with you. So let's just have a quick peek, shall we? My first one, which is Ghost Love Score, 2,246 views. So, and that's been up, what, 2 weeks, if that? And then we go to the other one, 866, 858. Now, I'm disappointed that Phantom of the Opera has only got 568. I think that's a joke. Come on, guys, you can do more than that. High Hopes has had over 1,000. You know, I mean, Nemo has had 763, and that was only 2 days ago. So I'm not sure what else I've got to do in order to push to get more views to you guys, you know? Hang on. Exactly, yeah. I think what it comes down to, dude, when it comes to live streams, I think it depends how big your channel is, to be honest with you. If you're running a tiny channel like mine, who's still brand new and a baby, they ain't going to let you do anything. But if you're one of these channels that's got, I don't know, 200,000 subscribers and like maybe, I don't know, a couple of thousand people watching you live, they'll let it go. It's weird how it works, and I'll be honest with you, it's also like YouTube is also. Well, actually, I'm not going to say YouTube, sorry, but have you ever noticed that no matter what female you see, they will automatically get more views than any male, like any bloke will. Women on social media, no matter what they do, will always get more views than men. That is a fact. That is a fact, and it doesn't matter what they do. They could sit there, pick their nose. They would still get more views than a man would, I tell ya. But that's not saying, because some of the most successful YouTubers are men. You know? So this is, and this stumps a lot of women as well, because they don't realise this. When you ask them a question, who is the biggest like reviewer of makeup, for example, who is the biggest reviewer of makeup on YouTube? It's actually a man, not a woman. You know, so it's crazy little things like that. I think that, I mean, we live in a crazy world, but what's that? True. Well, exactly. So somehow I want to try and get these up a bit more. You know, because normally, I swear that people like just they go rocketing whenever it comes up on my news, like on my feed. You'll see people within an hour, thousands and thousands of views. It's like, well, where do these come from? But hey ho, I'm sure my channel will get there. I've not like, even though, believe it or not, this channel is, it's about 3-4 years old, right? But I just never did anything with it. All I used to do with it was online casino. I used to play slots, and what I would do, mostly on my phone, and I would record, if I got a bonus, I'd record it and then upload it just for something to do. So, and then I thought one day, well, I'm not going to do that anymore, so I wiped a lot of them away, and yeah, I thought, let's just try something new. This is why, if you look on my channel, I've got so many different things, dude. I've got some comedy, so I've got some Mickey Flanagan, there, a bit of George Carlin. I've got a couple of fight scenes. I've got On Back, which is a really good film. How much one bag of shopping cost me? You know, just little things. Tony Jaa fight scene. Mortal Kombat trailer. Minute by minute timeline of nuclear war. I don't know why I put that up there, but I'm fascinated by what would happen during a nuclear war. The fact of how quick we just evaporate, I think, just fascinates me. Which is why the true scale of nuclear explosions, and that's done by the Corridor Crew. I'm not sure if you know about the Corridor Crew, but these guys are really good VFX artists, and they do like a simulation of what a nuclear explosion would look like on LA, which, judging from the news that I've seen of LA, Chicago, Portland, maybe dropping a nuke would be a good idea. Sort them all out. When Ozzy passed away, I've done alright, like Rip Ozzy Osbourne and Ozzy Being Funny for 5 straight minutes. That only had 9 views. Yeah, no, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, so I started doing a little bit of music. I did the River Dance. So yeah, we did River Dance. That 352. That's all right. I could do better. But my latest one, what I did last night, I thought, okay, let me try a comedy show. So I thought I'd go Married with Children. And when I first uploaded it, it wouldn't let me. It stopped. Nope, stop, nope, wouldn't let me. So I've had to edit the crap out of it. And it looks like now, oh, it's in appeal. Alright. I'll tell you what, why it's in appeal, publish the fucker. I'm going to publish it. I'm going to see if anyone watches it. We'll see if we can get some views on it. I'm willing to try anything. Yeah, no, I honestly am. I'm willing to try anything to see if it will get views. Right, hang on. Their videos are like small movies. Ah, right, hang on. From one thing to another, you should check out Sabaton, a Swedish band that wrote songs about true historical events, and Floor's husband is the current drummer. Ah, right, cool, Anders. Cheers, man. Oh, right, okay. Their videos are like small movies, so that's Sabaton, yeah? Cool. I've got a mate who's been throwing me the most random ideas you'd think of for different bands. He's come up and he showed me a few. Have you ever heard of Polynesian heavy metal? No? Mate, you ain't seen nothing yet. Polynesian metal rocks. I'm telling ya. You get these dudes, right? I'll tell you what, I'll get one up for you. P-O-L... I can't even spell. Polynesian music. Right, hang on. No, metal. Yeah, Shepherd's Rain. Have you heard of Shepherd's Rain? Oh, mate. Check these out. The hair on this dude is absolutely mental. If you're a wrestling fan, you know the Rock and Roman Reigns in wrestling? Well, they're like part of the Anoa'i family, and they're all related. Now, imagine, yeah, you've got these Samoans, basically, Samoan metal. So, La Manu. This is what my mate showed me on his phone, because he goes down a rabbit hole. He will go down a music rabbit hole, and he'll be like, what about this? What about this? So, I've got to do these. And he also said another one, which is The Who. Not like the Who, not Roger Daltrey. The Who, sorry, the Who, H-U, Who. The Mongolian metal band. He suggested checking them out as well. So that's what I'm going to do. So there's there's 2 songs for me to do this weekend. So oh, what? Look at them! Look, doing like a hacker, alien weaponry. Ooh, I am so intrigued. I really, really want to. I'll get these done. I tell you what, because obviously this is going to give me more content, isn't it? If I do it live, it's not as good. I don't think. I think if I do it, I've got to do it away from. Not on live stream, and I'll do it separately. I think that's the best option. I think. So, yeah. On the whole, dude, I think that's about... Oh, this got to tell you a minute ago. Jeez. I've got my sofa to my right, okay? And I was sitting on my sofa, and I think this has happened to everyone. Corner of your eye, you notice something. And I looked round, no word of a lie, I had a spider. The leg span on it must have been like that. It was a big boy. And it just looked at me like, hey, how's it going? And you know, the spider will normally run quick. This didn't. This didn't. This walked with attitude. It's like, yeah, what are you going to fucking do? I'm like, that's... I don't know, I think I should charge it rent. And I'm like, right, you little fucker. So, I've got the ultimate spider killing weapon. You ready? You get a big, thick, heavy book. Over the top, release. So that's what I did. I squashed the little bugger. So I'm not being funny. I've been Australia a few times. Okay, spiders are not to be taken lightly. Doesn't matter whether they're harmful or not. I hate them. Hang on, let's have a look. What have we got here? The warning on baby metal. I've already tried baby metal, dude, and quite a lot of it, especially now they're more mainstream. You got reacting to them is really difficult. Even a lot of their old stuff now, you're not allowed to do it. You're really not, because there's I've actually messaged two other reactors that I've watched like a long time ago, that they no longer do music because they kept getting demonetized for no reason, and the copywriting was ridiculous. So they kept, even they was like, and we're looking at big reactors here. You had Just Jen reacts. I asked for her advice, and her advice just outright was don't do music. So that's why she's doing all political stuff now to do with Trump. So, and you got Mr. Boyd, I think it is. No, is it Mr. Boyd? Yeah, Mr. Boyd, and he does a lot of political stuff as well. Very occasionally will he do music, but even he was exactly the same. They had their channels stopped, and they had to appeal and go through all the process of it all. So doing music really, really isn't easy. It really isn't. That's why, I mean, a lot of people say, well, do unsigned bands. Okay, that's fine. Would that get many views though? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Hang on, I've got to pick up my phone, dude, so I can just read your message, yeah? A lot of these bands have their own armies, like NIGHTWISH, yeah? I know, do you know what? Right, I can tell you now, most bands are fine. Right? Most bands are absolutely fine because, was it last year or the year before? Time goes so quick. I think it was 2 years ago now. I went to see Battle Beast in Manchester, right? And I was lucky enough, I got to talk to the keyboard player. And because after the gig, he came down to the t-shirt concession, like the concession stall. Yeah, he came down to there, and I said to him, love the set, man. Your tunes are banging. And he was like, oh, thanks a lot. And I asked him about it, and even he was like, it's not us, it's the labels. It's the recording companies. That they're the ones that don't like reactors reacting to it because they don't earn money off it. And they don't care that more people get to hear and see this band. You know, it's really weird. It really is weird. I mean, I've got I know a couple of other guys that do reactions, like music reactions. One of them had trouble. He tried to upload. Have you ever heard of Weird Al? For everyone's heard of Weird Al, haven't they? He's parodied every song near enough going. Every top 10, like a good top 10 song, he's parodied it. And he's been doing it for like 40 years. Even his stuff, nope, wasn't allowed. He had to appeal it. And that's a parody of a song. So, yeah, you have to be so careful. So careful. But I'm hoping, if I do this one, it should be alright. If I do these Shepherd's Reign or Alien Weaponry, any of these Polynesian stuff, I think I'll be alright. So, we'll just see how it goes. That's all I can do. Just see how it goes. It's the same with the Married with Children. Yeah? I've done series 1, episode 1, so it's just the pilot. And, well, I mean, so many people love watching Al Bundy's best insults. You know? So it's like, well, why not just watch an episode? I think that would be better. Or am I wrong? We'll find out. We'll find out. Anyway, time will tell. I like to give videos at least, I don't know, 24 hours, 48 hours, just to see how they start doing with views. If they do very, very little, then obviously I won't do any more. And if they start doing quite well, like the Nightwish has, then obviously I know that'll do well. And I've got so many other bands to go through. I've got Epica to go through. Like I said, I've got quite a few that you suggested. Sabaton. So, yeah, everything's going quite well. Yeah. So, yeah. Right, dude. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to call it there. But thank you so much for joining me, Anders, dude. Thank you so much. What I might do, I'll start doing this every Friday. Do you think that would be a good idea? If I start doing a Friday live stream every Friday. I think that would be cool, don't you? That way I can, yeah, I think that would be really cool. A Friday night live stream around about the same time, I think would be a really good idea. No way. You live in the same... You'll accidentally bump into them at the supermarket, will ya? Oh, sorry. Oh, my... No. You're not... Oh. Is that how it'd go? Or would you do the Wayne's World with Alice Cooper? We're not worthy. We're not worthy. What one would you do? Did you know apparently people still do that to Alice Cooper? If you haven't seen Wayne's World, I highly recommend watching it. That was such a cool movie, man. I loved it. I've actually had thoughts going through my head of maybe writing the idea of like another one, a third one. But unfortunately, Mike Myers, he's what? Late 50s? Almost 60 now? So I don't know if it'd work. Both. Ah, dear. I'll tell you what, do you know, if I met Flor and I was able to ask one question to her, this is what it'd be. You ready? If we could have rolled back time, so to speak, the old fantasy booking, yeah? If you could put Flor and Freddie Mercury to do a duet, an operatic duet, or even a duet of a Queen song, what song would Flor pick? I think that would be an excellent question to put to her. Because I've heard already that someone's put Who Wants to Live Forever, and they're saying it's Freddie Mercury and Flor. It's really not. I'm sorry, it's not. And that isn't the best song to do a duet with anyway. That really wouldn't be. I think Under Pressure, maybe? Under Pressure is a good song. I Love of My Life. That's another one that could go really well. I think Floor and Freddie. Because, I mean, do you ever remember Freddie Mercury with, I can't even remember her name. It was another opera singer, but they done Barcelona for the Olympics back before he passed away. They done it in 1991, I believe, or 1990, where they sang Barcelona. I think her name was Montserrat something. She was quite a large lady, you know. So, yeah, if they can do that, I think Freddie with Floor, because Freddie Mercury loved opera, which is why he did Bohemian Rhapsody. You know, he wanted that to be operatic. So, what do you think? Me personally, like I said, I'll just give you a couple. Oh, I'm all bummed up. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Yeah. Perhaps it's the weather. Floor and Tarja done a duet. Oh, right, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, but that's not fantasy booking, dude. Doing Floor with Freddie Mercury is because Freddie Mercury's no longer here, is he? He's dead. So it would be fantasy booking. And when Freddie Mercury was alive, I can only assume Floor was what? 10? Maybe? She was only little. The Nightwish what? Oh, the Nightwish version from End of an Era is good. Over the Hills and Far Away. All right, okay, cool. You know, I've been at times. I'd love to travel because I'm in the northeast of England. I'd love to actually go to where you are. I'd love to see that part of it. My sister's been to Norway quite a few times, and she absolutely loves it in Norway. So, and I've seen travel vlogs of people touring around Norway, or they'll get on the ferry that takes them to Greenland or even Iceland. You can get a ferry that takes you all the way there, which is like 3 days, I think it is, which I think that'd be absolutely unbelievable. To be honest, I would love to see that. The cold doesn't bother me. So I just reckon it'd cost a fortune. I think that's the only problem, is the cost. Everything costs money, doesn't it? So over the hills, I mean. All right, okay. Rightio, guys. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna call it. It's been about an hour. So yeah, we'll have a quick look at the analytics. Oh well, my views are going up. 21,744. That's not bad. 121 subscribers. Okay, cool, cool. Slowly, isn't it? It's like, the way I see it, it's like a train, isn't it? You sit down on a train, all of a sudden it goes, doom. You get that little jolt, and then it starts moving very slowly. And I think that's what's happening with this channel. It's starting to move slowly. We've had the jolt. It's starting to move slowly, and it's up to me putting out obviously good content for you guys to help jolt it along, which obviously I'm going to keep doing. So thank you so much, Anders Magnuson, for joining me, mate. It really means a lot. I hope to see you next Friday. All right, in the meantime, keep checking out my Nightwish reactions, dude, and I'll catch you on the next live stream. See you later, dude.